Hello everyone, I am Wendy with Winds of Change Ministries, and this is a part 2 to yesterday's dream, but I have some more revelation. But first, let me just tell you that there are going to be some changes on my channel, Winds of Change Ministries. My crown, which God crowned me after I shaved my head back in early March, late February. Anyway, I will be taking it off. This is the last video that you will see my beautiful golden crown. My hair has grown in enough that I don't feel like I need it anymore. And so anyway, yes, this is the last day that you guys get to see me with my crown. Not that I won't ever wear it again, but I like it. But yeah, I'm going to be doing lots of changes to my channel. You'll see some changes, but I wanted to hop on today and share some more revelation about my dreams from yesterday. So, because something happened, God likes to confirm my dreams. And if you recall, the first dream, I was at a checkout and a family was coming through, and it was a bunch of women with a boy, baby boy. Now, one thing I did forget to say is that baby boy had very thick blonde hair, like a lion's mane, okay? Blonde babies do not typically have thick hair. Have you ever seen like a Hispanic baby, how they have that they're born with thick hair? Well, most blonde babies are born bald, okay? But this baby actually had a thick head of hair, and it stood out in the dream, and that's how I know that that baby represented the lion-headed guy that I've been dreaming about for the last week. You know, the one from Saved by the Bell, who I had an energetic link to, and also that teacher with online classes, and I closed the computer on. Okay, now that's important because I really did close the computer on someone. Anyway, so the deal was for like 20 days. All right. Now I have been told that I still need to listen to him. Okay. And the reason why is because I am a teacher too. And so he and I are supposed to be energetically teaching each other. All right, we're supposed to be teaching each other. So if how can I teach him if I'm not at least listening? But the thing is, I can't communicate with him privately any longer. Not for a specific time. And that time was set for 20 days. And I went into this knowing it, okay? Because last year I had a dream where I was sitting in an ambulance with a baby on my lap, and then it wasn't moving, right? Ambulances are meant for healing. This ambulance wasn't moving, so I was sitting on the opened back door. This was last year around this time. Okay, early September is when I had that dream. It was September 3rd, actually. Anyway, so, and I was playing with a little ball in front of the baby who was sitting on my lap, and it was a glow-in-the-dark green ball. All right, and then a cop came up to me, an undercover detective cop came up to me and told me that he was arresting me for 20 days. And I said to the cop, I just want to play with my baby, with my son. And the cop said, that's what I'm trying to help you do. Okay, now there is a lot more to, that's how that dream ended. But 20 days after that, so on September 23rd, this teacher had his own glow in the dark green ball of light incident, and it was 20 days later, and that kind of showed that we were playing a game together. And the game is a soul contract to help advance ourselves, you know, to help become better people ourselves, and to also be able to teach others. So anyway, I felt prompted a couple of days ago, to about a week ago-ish, to go ahead and do a 20-day prison sentence where I don't communicate with this person privately. All right. And, but I have been told to listen to him. And because we are working out the things that trigger us, because by addressing our triggers, we can help others with their triggers, okay? So anyway, but here's the magical part about it. So, if you recall, in my dream yesterday, there's that broken piece of glass in my hand, representing my broken heart, because it was a green glass, and it had 20 stars on it. Well, I didn't realize it when I made the recording, but I learned it later, that the United States did have a flag with 20 stars. Now I knew about the 13 from the 13 colonies, but I didn't know that the US actually had a flag with 20 stars. But I felt prompted, like there was more to this. So I dug deeper, and it turns out there is a flag with 20 stars, and that flag was from 1818. Okay? That's when they had that flag. So let's do the math on this. 1/8 is 9. 1/8 is 9. So 1818. The price of that little KeyChain medallion was $45. 4 plus 5 is 9. So right there we have the 999. Well, guess what? This 20-day period, remember there was 20 stars. This 20-day period from when I said, okay, I'm gonna go into a prison sentence where I don't communicate with this guy privately for 20 days, it ends on 999. You know, I don't make this stuff up, okay? It's supernatural. And you might be saying, oh, Wendy, your brain made that up. You're a smart person, and your brain made that all up, okay? Well, yes, I am a smart person, but I can't make other people do things, all right? So I posted that video, and later in the day, one of the people that I watch from time to time that pops up on my as a suggested video, she posted a video called, now remember, that was a keychain that didn't have a key on it yet. All right, I saw in the vision that it would have a key, but it didn't have it yet. All right, so oh, and by the way, I didn't mention this in my video yesterday either. The number 20, remember there's 20 stars. It was in the palm of my hand. The number 20 in Hebrew is kuf. That's the leather, all right? And that leather also is connected to a pictogram of a hand, okay? So a hand. I had it in my hand. The key was in my hand, all right? Now, anyway, and my legal name spelled backward in Hebrew, read backwards as if being transliterated in Hebrew, is idnu, and it means our hand. Okay, that's the hidden meaning of my legal name. So, all right, let's get back to it. this lady, she posted a video and she said that I was making space and so that I could bring in things that other people think are not important into my life, because they are very important. In fact, to her, she said that it's the key to my blueprint. Okay, well, the blueprint is the Aleph Tav, and I decoded that when I did my Bible interpretation, and the Aleph Tav is a little unspoken word that is in scriptures, okay, in Hebrew scriptures, but they don't add it to English translations because no one really knew what it meant, and it means God's great design. It is his Aleph Tav, okay? So he wrote his Aleph Tav over the United States from with the three eclipses, the great eclipses, where the two total great eclipses was the Tav, and the third line of the Aleph happened during the annular eclipse, okay, back in October of 2000, what was it, 23? I don't know, it's been a little bit. But anyway, during that 7-year period, God wrote his Aleph Tav. Now, that is the blueprint. It means God's great design. And God does have a master plan, okay, of all things. So she said in her little monologue that she posted that I was making space so that the things that other people think are unimportant, and there are some people out there who don't think that the Bible is very important, which really is important because it is the key to the blueprint of my life. All right. So, yeah, my Bible project is very important to me, and I am currently removing things from clearing space. Now, remember, in that dream, I was clearing space. I was getting rid of a bunch of crap, right? So it confirmed the dream, and I had a key thing in my hand. So anyway, it was confirming. But the thing is, the key itself hadn't completely materialized. It was kind of there. It was like in flux. It hadn't completely materialized. Well, my Bible project is in that same state. Okay, it's on my computer, but it's not completely available to the public. So it's there, but kind of not. So God is telling me to clear out things in my life and get it done. Just get it done. Okay. Now, here's something that happened late last night. I just hopped on my cell phone, and there was a video that caught my attention. It had a key on it, and it was about quantum manifestation, and it was talking about what do they call it? It's when you draw your attention to something and it affects the ions and stuff in the air. Forget what it's called. Observational manifestation or something like that. Anyway, so and it was talking about how to manifest things. Now, see, I have my Bible project, but it's not completely manifested. But God is saying that I need to put my focus on that and make it happen. Okay, and then because it is the blueprint of my life. The rest of my life is going to be centered around pushing my Bible project as priority. Not that other things can't come in, right? I have lots of ideas, but the Bible needs to be my primary thing that I do. And anyone who comes into my life is just going to have to recognize that that is my sole mission. Other things are fun and you know, but that is my main purpose. And and that is why in the dreams over the last week with that different aged entity with the bright yellow hair, that is why at different stages he didn't like my breast milk because it's too religious, okay? But that is my personal soul mission. So he didn't want my breast milk. It was funny to him. He didn't necessarily reject it completely, but he was like, what the heck is this? All right. And also in the Saved by the Bell dream, Zach, that character who was an avatar for the person that I have a connection with, a soul bond, a soul tie connection, contract, whatever. He, the one that was looking for his girl, Kelly spoke on his behalf and said, with a bad attitude, he doesn't want to be at Christian. He's here for his girl. Now, Christian, that was a strange way of saying that, but it represents the school. So currently, I'm a Christian. Okay, I'm a Christian. So that's what I am. And I know that there are a lot of different theologies out there right now because the whole world is in some kind of a crazy timeline whirlwind where, it's like Game of Thrones. What's going to lead? Well, the sacred timeline is going to take charge, okay? The sacred timeline, God's sacred timeline, is going to dominate. And so I need to focus my attention on that. It is the evolution of Christianity, not where we currently are, but where it's moving towards, because we are in the transitional stage. We are entering into the millennial reign, all right? And so I'm not necessarily a Christian, but I am also because the foundation is the Old Testament. Then you got Christianity. Then you've got, the next. It's one built on the other and built on the other. Okay. And just like there was prophecies that talked about how God was going to have a new covenant. Okay, in the Old Testament prophecies, there was that. There is also prophecies that mention a third, but it was hidden. It's hidden. It's the New Jerusalem. Okay, and the New Jerusalem, the new teachings of peace. Anyway, that's the era we're entering into, and so it's not really Christian, but it is, and we don't completely tear down the house to remodel it. All right. So yes, back to the dream and to the hand and to the 999. So I am currently having a lot of supernatural activity on my side, confirmations. Like I said, my mind could have come up with those dreams, but then how did I'm going to just say her channel, how did Magnetize herself give me a confirmation that her video came out hours after I posted mine, and yet she talks about clearing space, having the key, and everything, right? So, and that is what I was doing in my dream. I was getting rid of stuff, and I wasn't sure. I mean, does this mean I get rid of my house? I didn't feel like I was moving out of my house, but I was getting rid of stuff. So, anyway, God is good, and I am excited about the future. I don't know what 999 is going to bring. I know that I myself am evolving. I am allowing myself to evolve during this time period, and I am hoping that that this person I have an energetic connection to is willing to do the same. Like I said, I'm making some changes to my channel, and I'm even letting go of my beautiful crown. I'm letting it go because I know it looks weird to everyone. I don't need it. I know it's already there, invisible, it's there. But I'm willing to make some changes so that I'm more palatable to the masses. I don't want to turn them off with this. I mean, that's kind of weird. But yeah, so I'm going to make myself a little bit more palatable and to the masses. And it is my hope that this individual makes himself a little bit more palatable to me, because sometimes he's a bitter bite to swallow. All right, I'll just tell you that we trigger each other. All right, that is it for today. My name is Wendy, and we're all living in the winds of change. Oh, so I already have tomorrow's video recorded, and I'm going to start having things waiting. I'm going to start trying to change up my modality on some things, so that maybe YouTube can start pushing me a little bit more. And anyway, and it's about bullying, bullies, you know. And yes, I'm going to be talking about bullies. So be sure to check into that. All right, bye-bye.